Are you looking to simplify your network and get the most out of your router? If you have a Catalyst 1200 and 1300 switch, it's no problem. You can set the switch as both the default gateway and DHCP server. That way, all devices on the local network get their IP addresses and routing information from a single reliable point. In this scenario, the switch takes care of all your local network needs. This lets the router focus solely on delivering fast, dependable internet access. This separation of roles improves overall network performance and reduces congestion. In this first of a two-part episode of Cisco Tech Talk, I'll show you how to set up a Catalyst 1200 or 1300 switch to act as both a DHCP server and a router next. The first task is to create virtual local area networks, VLANs. They are used to separate network traffic for different groups of devices, even though they all connect to the same switch. I'll set up two, VLAN 20 and VLAN 30. After you have created your VLANs, switch the web interface of the switch to advanced display mode. This gives you access to all the features you need. From there, go into the IPv4 configuration section. At this point, the switch isn't connected to a firewall or any other DHCP server. Set the default VLAN to a static IP address. This disables the DHCP client on the switch, and the switch won't try to get an IP address from another DHCP server. Add new IPv4 addresses for each VLAN. This is important for keeping network segments separate and for routing traffic between them. I'll assign VLAN 20 an IP address 192.168.20.1 with a prefix length of 24. Click Apply to save. I'll give VLAN 30 the IP address 192.168.30.1 and the same prefix length of 24. Under DHCP Server and then Properties, enable DHCP. It will then automatically assign IP addresses when devices connect. The next step is to create network pools. A network pool is a range of IP addresses that the DHCP server uses to assign devices in that VLAN. Click Network Pools, then the add symbol. Enter the subnet and the range of IP addresses that devices in that VLAN can use. For VLAN 20, I'll set the subnet IP address to 192.168.20.0. I'll save some available addresses for static addresses and make the pool from 20.10 to 20.100. I'll let the switch automatically set the default router address. And for DNS, I'll use a public DNS server to keep things simple. Repeat these steps for other VLANs, making sure the pool settings and DNS are similar. Now that DHCP pools are ready, you can move on to configuring VLAN port memberships. This step means assigning specific switch ports to specific VLANs. Then, when devices are plugged into the port, they are part of the correct network. I'll do this off camera. If you need help with this process, click the link in the description. After that, connect some devices, like computers or phones, to those ports. They should now automatically get IP addresses, each in the correct VLAN and IP range. Go back to the switch's web interface to make sure everything is working. My PC, for example, now has an IP address from its VLAN's range. It also received the correct default gateway, DHCP server and DNS server, all assigned by the switch. A handy feature in the DHCP server section, Address Binding, lets you see a list of all the devices that received an IP address from the switch. Use this to confirm which clients are connected. As a side note, if you'd like to have inter-VLAN routing, this lets VLANs communicate quickly and securely, without having to send that traffic out to the router and back. If you set up inter-VLAN routing, you can verify that's working as well. I'll try to access a web browser on a phone that's connected to a different VLAN that was set up for inter-VLAN routing. If it loads, you know it is set up correctly. Great! The main configurations on the switch are done, which brings me to the end of part 1. Click the link in the description for part 2, where I'll show you how to connect everything to a firewall or router, giving your network access to the internet. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.